50 board games that I like to play today or tomorrow. Even if you don't like this list, it's better than this song. 'Cause my number one I already know. Hello. Let's carry on with my list. Number 40 to 31. My favourite board games. I put them in order of, just to recap, I put them in order of games that I prefer to play due to the fact that it's best that way, I think. There's no games on this list that I've only played once. So therefore, games like Imperial Assault are out. There's no games on this list which are Kickstarter, Protos, games that I really enjoy but can't put on this list because they're not published, or they haven't been published, or they're not going to be published. So those games are out. So these are just the best games for the average Joe like me, family guys, people that don't have big game collections, people that are just starting in the hobby. These are the games that you should be looking at. So let's carry on and go over to someone else who can sing better than me. My number 40 is a very friendly family, beautiful looking game, which involves some farming. It involves eating and those guys. Yes, my number 40 is Tatsunoko. I may not like the scoring on this game because I feel it's very kind of swingy. You know, you could be playing really well and going towards a win, but someone else wins. But apart from that, this game is just beautiful to look at. It's very easy to not easy to teach, but it has this nice flow to it. It has these really nice rules where you're moving, everyone's moving the same pieces around and trying to accomplish the objectives that they want to accomplish, and growing bamboo and eating bamboo and making this farm get bigger and bigger and bigger, and make your game get bigger and bigger and bigger as well. It's just a really great family game, and this is one that I like playing, although I don't like the scoring, so I just kind of play it just for the fact that I'm playing it and building this wonderful land with bamboo and moving pandas around it, and you know, even doing that nasty thing of like, I know that they want to eat 3 yellow bamboo, so I'm going to move the panda over here so that there's no possible way that they can do it, and then they roll lightning and but yeah. Number 40, Tatsunoko. That's why it's got an award. My number 39 feels like it is this from this world, but it's not. It's a co-op game, much like that one, and you are doing adventures trying to save the world. It is called Andor. It's a cooperative game where everyone plays a kind of different race with different skills, and it's a kind of a puzzle game. And this one I like playing on my own sometimes, you know. And what helps this game run smoothly, again, big thank you to Rob Searing, because his inserts are just, they're just beautiful, and they just help the flow of this game come out. You learn the game as you're going because of these cards. It tells you the rules, it tells you the story and the objectives all at the same time. So as you read one card, it says, oh, you need to go over there and search the fog and see what you find. And so you learn how to move, and then it teaches you how to fight, and then it teaches you how to fight cooperatively, and then it teaches you lots of different things like where to buy potions and what you can buy and what you can use and how to use it. And this game is just a cerebral puzzle of exploring and combat and luck of dice, but you know, buying power-ups and buying yourself armor and buying yourself the right thing at the right time. And it is a puzzle. This is a pandemic killer, definitely. But there's some more of those in my list as well. So definitely worth the check out. If you like adventure and you like cooperative and you like things like Pandemic, this is better than Pandemic. This is Andor, or Legends of Andor. Now my number 38, I'm looking through rose-tinted glasses at. It is my baby. It's the game which got me heavily back into gaming after playing Monopoly with the parents. This game is the ultimate of games. It is Asterix the Biscuit game. No, it's not Asterix the Biscuit game. This game has a really cool gargoyle. It has orc skeletons. It was the ultimate one against the other player game. Yeah. Hero Quest. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Hero Quest. Yes, I even got the creators to create my own adventures, but I haven't. This is the only box I've got left apart from this one. This will probably be replaced by Descent once I get to play it a few more times and get into the big overarching story. But at the moment, this game has so many great memories for me as a child, being the dungeon master and letting my friends live and helping them through quests and adding my own little clues and tips, you know, in a treasure map maybe somewhere or things like that. And then killing them off one by one in different adventures. It was fun, and this game encapsulates all the things that I like about the genre of dungeon crawling and Lord of the Rings and other things like that, and the choose your own adventure books. At the moment, it's me and my daughter that play this now, and she loves this as well. And maybe in another 5 or 10 years we'll be playing Descent all the time instead of this. This is Hero Quest, my number 38. My number 37 is a game which I picked up because it was to appease the goddess, the wife. Yes, when we go shopping, buy board games. Well, when I go shopping and the wife's there, I normally end up with 5 games, and just to make her happy, I buy one that she wants. And she sort of picks up games which I've never heard of, and normally they're games which have these really nice covers on them. And this is a surprise. Can you guess what it is? A board game with a nice cover on it, which your wife might pick out and go, "Ooh, that looks like a good game." Maître Couturier, or Rococo for you guys, is a game where you're making dresses. Yes, it sounds really new. Yeah, it sounds really bleh. But it's not. There's 3 really good elements in this game. Number 1, there's a deck building element as you're building a deck of cards. I like deck building games. Hint, hint. And that's your employees. And then there's you use these employees to get resources, which are materials and things, so you can make dresses. And then you've got the worker placement aspect of allocating these dresses to certain parts of the King's Hall to get points. All these elements work really well together, and this game is just really, really fun. I really enjoy playing this game. It's a lot harder than it looks. The wife thought it was quite easy and played it a few times, and she's starting to struggle now but it is a good thinky game with some different mechanics mixed together, and it works really well, and it's not so puffy as it looks. Maître Couturier. My number 36 is another game which is not very family friendly, but it has this really deep theme which again appeals to me, and it's a card game for 2 players, which is a bit restricted, but that's what Netrunner is. It's a card game for 2 players. One person's playing a computer hacker and one person's playing a corporation who's trying to create these agendas and take over the world, and you're trying to hack them, or vice versa, you play one or the other. And this game is just so deep and rich. I have just the base game. I don't have any expansions, but I've played the base game quite a lot of times, and I enjoy playing it every time, and I enjoy it so much. How do you know I enjoy it? Because I've never won, but I enjoy playing it, and it makes me come back and play some more. Now, one thing I will say is this probably be knocked out a bit more because there's another game by Fantasy Flight, which is an LCG, which I've only played once as a 3-player game, and it works. It works really well, and that's this one. But at the moment, my number 36 is this, and until I play this one more, then expect to see this on the list in the future. Number 36, Netrunner. My number 35 is another co-op game. As I said, I'm not too keen on co-op games, but this one is probably the most ultimate co-op game that there is out there. It is the pandemic killer because it doesn't have a crappy ending. This game has several different ways that the game can end, and all of them feel thematic. And it fits in this big box, and it looks really cool. Defenders of the Pants. Yes, Defenders of the Realm is my number 35. This game is, for our family, a game which hits the table a lot due to the fact that it is a game that we've never won. We are different adventurers every time, sorcerers, elves, and those people that do that with their thing. And we're trying to stop these 4 chieftains to crowd in on our village and destroy us. And every time we lose, either because there's too much tainted land or because there are too many minions in Minion City. Yeah, banana. Anywho, Defenders of the Realm is a great co-op game. Going on quests, really kind of easy to learn, but a bit difficult to master the mechanisms behind it. But once you get used to it, it's family, medium to hard kind of game. But there's a lot more lighter family games on my list, so stick around for those, because this is the Pandemic Neutralizer. Slightly heavier than Defenders of the Realm is my 34. And this one is not co-op, but it's combat. Which is what I like best, is being better than someone else in a game. This game is epic, but it plays really fast. It's a big kind of armies against army thing. It is, of course, Kermit the Frog. Kemet, not Kermit. This is just such an engrossing game. You have tech trees where you all players start the same, slightly different depending on what pyramids you want and what powers you're going to start buying. And then you start buying powers, and you buy powers differently, and then your armies are slightly different, but your goals are the same, is just to get these points. It plays really quickly due to the fact that the map is made in such a way that it's quite quick to get from one place to another, or you can teleport. The game encourages combat, so you have to fight to win, because fighting and winning gives you points. And that's what you need to win the game. Obviously, points make winning. Yeah. But it's beautifully produced, as you can see by the artwork. The pieces, the miniatures, the rules, everything is just perfect. I need to review this game. This game is called Kemet, and it's my number 34. Great game. My number 33 falls back into the family games, okay? There's not many big cerebral games. There's a lot of family games in my list. We just had a chunk, I'm afraid. My 33 rings a bell for some reason, because it resembles Cluedo. And Cluedo Cluedo nearly got onto my list. This version, the DVD version, because it was, thematic story crimes instead of just generic random this person, that person there. Okay? Yes. So my number 33 fits that same kind of category of trying to figure out who did it, so to speak. And that's Mystery of the Abbey, which is by these guys. Okay? This is a great deduction game. I like deduction games. What can I say? But it also feels very much like Guess Who as well, because you're posing questions in a kind of Guess Who way. You demand of another player, a question, oh, does he have a moustache? Is he big? I was going to say far away. But you know, you ask these questions and everyone can hear, and then from the response that the other father gives you, because you're all playing preachers and prayer padres, this game is just, it's more Guess Who than Cluedo. But there is that Cluedo element of you're moving around a board. It's got wonderful pieces. And my daughter likes playing this game. She's always asking to play this game because she likes guessing and marking things off. And she's 8 years old. And this game's not for 8-year-olds, is it? Oh, where's the age on this thing? Oh yeah, it's for 8 years old. I know nothing. But yeah, a great family game. If you're into Cluedo or Guess Who, and you want something different and better, this is the one that should ring your bells. My number 32 is Bond in a Pond. This is a party style game which makes me feel like I'm on a game show. One of those old ones like the Generation game. Ooh, shut that door, with Larry Grayson. This game is fun in a sack. Dr. Shark. Dr. Shark is a very light family game where the theme is translated into something else. You're basically spies diving around a, as you can see, a swimming pool at a party of the Dr. Evil kind of party, trying to look for clues of his latest mass destruction that he's going to cause to the world. And you're doing this by diving your hand into a bag and feeling jigsaw puzzle pieces, which have all got different, obviously they've got different shapes. You know, there's the ones which go like that, and then there's the ones that go like that, and the other ones which go like that. But the thing is, they got different textures on the back, so you can feel if it's felt, or if you can feel if it's rough, sandpapery, or if it's smooth, or if it's snakeskin style. And you're trying to find the jigsaw pieces that you need to make little jigsaw puzzles, and they give you points. And this game works really well. You can play it either individually, it plays up to 6 players, or you can play it as teams of 2 players, where you're all trying to get puzzle pieces for your team together. This game is just thematic and fun. Party style, wonderful. Dr. Shark. Finally, the number 31 is a kind of party style game, push your luck, but it has this theme which is a bit wishy-washy, but at the same time, when you tell people, they kind of put the theme in their head and then it comes out in the gameplay. That is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Pants. No, Ink and Gold is my number 31. Why? Why? Because it's a push your luck, which is simple enough. As you're going through a temple all together and you're finding treasure and you're dividing that treasure up in the form of gems, and at any time when you're in a room after you've divided the treasure up, you can decide to leave or continue going. If you leave, you bank your gems, but if you continue going, you're pushing your luck, because in the next room there might be a trap. And if that trap comes along a second time, you lose everything as you run out scared, crying, and whatever. And the object of the game is to get as many points as you possibly can at the end of 5 rounds. This game is really easy to teach. It has that theme, it's thin, but it works. It plays up to 8 people. And it's push your luck, and it's that deduction of looking at other players, which is what I like. It's like, are they going to run? Or are they going to push themselves a bit further? And it's that kind of element of guessing other players instead of just looking at their boards in front of them and going, okay, he's going to go for wood this turn, I'll block the wood. It's that kind of element in a game which lifts this above a lot of other games. Ink and Gold, 31. Well, there you go. There's another 10. Yeah, it's another 10 as we get closer. Very close. The next lot, as he looks at his list, oh yes, yes. There's a lot more party games, and there's a lot more family games, and there's one or two kind of very big thinky games. Not that big and thinky, you know. But hopefully you'll join me for those as we count down from number 30 to 21 on my list of board games.